Hey everyone, this is Zeno. I just want to be able to put up this video to be able to discuss of a recent game that I've played over the past week or two, and it is phenomenal. The game is Donkey Kong Land Remake. It is a remake of a popular Donkey Kong Land game from the Game Boy era, fully function in sort of a Super Nintendo style, and it's just phenomenal how the developer of this game remade it, basically put in so much effort on design, on the gameplay, and even the characters, as well as some extra stuff that we'll be discussing in a moment. And I have to say, as a fan of the Donkey Kong Country series, or actually Donkey Kong in general, Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, the sequels on the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch. It's phenomenal, I have to say. There are a couple of things that really does bother me. I will get into it, but I'm just gonna say the negative that I'm gonna be able to discuss about really doesn't emphasize like how good of a game, actually, if that makes any sense whatsoever, because it shouldn't deteriorate anybody from or prevent anyone from playing this game. I highly recommend to give this game a shot. So I will say right off the bat that this game is free to play. This one you can be able to download it. I will provide the download link below, and also anything extra that if you would like to be able to provide support to the developer of this game. It was a little tricky to get the inputs done because they provided us with, if I'm correct, I believe it's called Joy to Live, so to say, a software engine which if you're going to be playing it on keyboard or a controller, just like how I have, they'll be able to provide it with you and such. And it just feels like a Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country game, if that makes any sense whatsoever. The music is phenomenal. The choices of enemies, granted that this was a remake of Game Boy, they want to be able to keep it just similar, traditional to the Game Boy, because of course the Game Boy cannot be able to provide that huge of a memory bank and such. So it's actually understandable that you're not going to be able to get all the enemies from the Donkey Kong Country series, maybe one or two original ones, and that's about it. But it's still great to see several of these characters basically brought in 32-bit, 64-bit, whatever bit it was. I apologize, I totally forgot on how phenomenal Donkey Kong Country is. But still, it's actually very astonishing. The level design are actually pretty great. I will say that there are a couple of things that did bother me while I was playing Donkey Kong Land. I don't know if it's the fault of the developer or if the game itself really had poor level design. And for instance, in which there will be spots in which you'll be able to see bananas and coins and such. And of course, one of the tricks is to, let's say Diddy Kong, you just cart and then jump. Yeah, that makes phenomenal sense. But at the same time, it's also giving a hint that there's actually bonus barrels, which is pretty vital in this game. And so I kind of feel like there's a couple of level designing issue on this game. Maybe placing some of these rewards or hints would be very helpful rather than hurtful and such. The input are actually quite fine. There will be some input issues here and there, but that's just off of my experience. I'm pretty sure everyone's experience are going to be very different. Still, just because I've stated how much of an issue the level design could be, and even a little bit of input issues as well, I also forgot to say that there has been some scrolling issues as well. You won't be able to determine what's ahead of you or what's below you. especially on the final boss level, which it took some time to be able to get used to the final boss's pattern in this. Could be a little improvement, but still, overall, it's actually a very extraordinary game to enjoy. There's a lot of secrets to be able to uncover. There's a couple of things I have yet to be able to find in Donkey Kong Land Remake. I've heard that there's an interesting feature with a hidden map in the game that I'm actually still learning about, as well as bonus locations and such, and even DK coins, which I don't think was in Donkey Kong Land. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks. All right, there's still a lot of things that I'm learning. Overall, Donkey Kong Land Remake, you guys got to be able to try it. If you're a fan of the Donkey Kong series, of the Donkey Kong Country series, if you want something that pays homage to a classic from the Game Boy series, this is a must try. This is a must download. And hopefully we'll be able to get more of these remakes. Me personally, I actually had a very fun time. The game is not that long. It's about, if I'm correct, 4 stages, about 8 levels on each of these stages. Several of them are going to have gimmicks, which will take a little extra time to be able to learn. And also several hidden secrets that y'all may need to be able to take some time to find out about. I would definitely advise just play it through first. Once you complete it, then go through the secrets and so on, because there are some interesting replay value from Donkey Kong Land Remake. Maybe this could also be great for speedrunners as well, if you are interested. But anyway, folks, tell me what you think about the Donkey Kong Land Remake. If y'all have gotten the opportunity to be able to play it, tell me on your opinions, your feelings about it. If you haven't, just give me your thoughts. Maybe you definitely did play Donkey Kong Land, and you actually gonna wonder what is the similarities or the difference between the remake and the new one. But anyway, give it a shout it out on the comments below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my page, follow me on all of my social media at Xenogames TV, and hopefully we'll be able to get more of these remakes, because again, as someone who loves the Donkey Kong Country series, I would definitely love to have a remake of the Donkey Kong Land series. And you know what, maybe give an opportunity to try out Donkey Kong Land games, because if I'm correct, they're on the Nintendo Switch Game Boy online server, and it's going to be very interesting to see how much similarities there is between this and, well, the remake and the game. All right, this is Xeno signing out, letting y'all know to be awesome, stay awesome, take care, have a wonderful time.